Good evening. If you are just joining us here at the Craft Store, it's great to have your company. We are, well, of course, 6 p.m. and it means one thing, a launch of a brand new one-day special, which is an incredible offer that should last 24 hours and incredibly low prices. And to tell us, well, it was going to be all about studio light and planners and mixed media and beautiful dyes and papers, and to guide us all through those products and those amazing products and what you can do with it. Of course, it's Lou with us with us. How are you?
With you, Paolo. Yeah, I'm really good. Really nice to see you. And
it's
yeah,
lovely to see you as well, because this is one of those one-day specials that there is a lot of mixing up and bringing your mixed media, your artistic and your modelling as well. You could bring it in.
Absolutely, and it's good that, you know, like people who are more clean and maybe structured stuff. This is a planner as well, not just, you know, for mixed media. So
True.
you could go both ways with this. But yeah.
We have got two different options, in case you're wondering. There is the first option, which is the olive green. Now, to that refers, you are getting the gorgeous green planner die. I'm going to show planner binder. It comes in with these dies, the pockets and the cards dies, and then it comes as well with pages. The gorgeous pages in three finishes: the black, the mixed media white card or of white, and then the craft card. Now, that is the olive option, and then you have the deep purple option here as well, which comes with a separate or different a set of dies, which is the star die set here. Now, the dies are available individually, so say for instance you wanted the purple option and you wanted also the dies from the green option, they are £27.49. Now, remember that whichever option of the one-day special you go for, you have got FlexiBuy and a saving of £22.50. But if you're a Freedom member, if you're not a Freedom member, your saving is £18. So it's worth becoming a Freedom member for that, because you're not paying P&P. Shall we break it down exactly the dies that we are getting? Or actually, let's start with the planners, which they come with this beautiful elastic.
I've got both, but I love the green. I just love the green. I think it's got such a classy look to it. And don't forget, you can actually alter this. But yeah, I love the shape, the long shape.
Yes, it's kind of that kind of slim line.
Yeah, it's like a Midori or the travel journals.
Absolutely.
I really love that idea. But yeah, again, it's got the elastic on it, which
means that you can fit quite a lot. It's like,
yeah, and if you attach things to plastic, to the elastic as well, which is great. Well, it's a nice colour, that.
And then the dies themselves, we have as here, you can see, this is the hard configuration in there, you can see. Also, I love the ones that it has got like these pockets that you can add them.
Yeah, and they don't really, it doesn't show you how many dies there is on that, but actually there's enough dies to do all the pockets, but then there's enough, if you've run out of pages and you want your own paper, the die there is to cut the spine. So you have got a tremendous amount on there. So the first one is like hearts and layers, and I've managed to just cut them out and show you best I can. That you can actually get the page that fits in the envelope, and then you get the envelope there and the gusset, so it opens quite wide.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you could make 2 envelopes without it going in the book. You can do all sorts. You can make a 3-dimensional concertina book with it. So it doesn't just go in your journal, and these are the pages. Now, those little pages, you get a layer, a back and a front, but the little like cutouts there, they're for the edges of the pages. When they turn over,
right,
you can actually cut them out really nicely, and then of course you get the little banners as well. So that's one set, and you get all the triangles, different sizes. You get a lot
for your money.
Absolutely,
in here as well.
Really do.
And I love the way that Karen has created the edges as well with these ones, expanded them. Right, if you want yours, this one is the olive option, and then you have the purple, the deep purple one, which has the, they are not repeated in any way, shape or form.
Absolutely not. These are for the 2 pockets, and these have got, like, you can sort of divide it up into 2 pockets. You can put 3 on if you want, and you've got the ATC size and the square size. You've got all the little tabs. You've got absolutely like ticket sizes and everything. It's a really, really, really I just can't believe how many dyes you actually get on that.
Absolutely. I kind of lost a couple, so I'm going to grab
Yeah,
them. Sorry
the
about that.
ATCs are great because you can make not only the binder for the ATC
Yeah.
and the pocket, you can make the ATCs as well.
Themselves. That's really cute.
You know, if you're giving a gift card,
Yeah.
how nice is that?
That is really nice that you can put that into a card.
Absolutely
Now,
brilliant.
remember that you have got two different options. If you want to go for the one-day special, you are a Freedom member, you have got a £22 and
Wow.
50p saving. And that, of course, includes the PNP. 761891 is the item number, and then you select the olive or the purple one, the deep purple. Right, remember to check out your baskets. This is not just the only brand new today. We have got quite a lot of things new, brand new, and very busy already for this bundle. And I'm not surprised because this is the Planet Pages Edges. Try to say that quick, it's not that easy. The longest stars and the flowers, 10 dies in total. There's a lot of possibilities in here.
Right, we say that number, and we say that very conservatively because you've got both. You've got the dye you cut out with it and the waste.
I think there is more than that, because if I'm correct, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Exactly.
9, 10 in that one. And then there is 9 in the other one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so 19. I think there's 19.
And you know, there's only the words actually that you can't separate because they need to be together. But the first thing I did, I got all my pages of my journal cut out because that flower one you can cut in or out. And the other one, the words, it's just, there's more to it than you actually realise. I love this.
Absolutely.
You get the little reinforcers, you get a flower and a star, so they all match in as well. But yeah, I love the idea of having either. There's no waste then. If you was to cut that edge in the middle of a page on an A4 sheet, you've got 2 pages.
Absolutely. I love that. And I love the stars. You can use them as a stencil, as you mentioned it
Absolutely,
before.
yeah.
You have got so many possibilities. And of course, the holes here will be to create any paper.
Any paper.
For the planner, right?
Any size. If you wanted to create a long, like, year planner, you could just use the spine as your page.
And
then fold it out concertina style. If you wanted to make more of a Filofax or a diary or a Let's Diary, there's loads of them. And you can actually do that and make it fit your own diary as well.
I love that idea. All right, if you want yours, very busy for this one. It will be dispatched like anything else on the show from the 20th of December. And 950002 is your item number, £10 and £50 saving. Remember, you can flexify it if you add it to the one-day special. And well, it has it on its own, so it's up to you whether you buy. But I think it would make a lovely present with everything else as well. Now, I have to say, I love a dye flower, but these ones are ones that I really, really love.
I got these and I said to Julie before I went, oh my word, have you seen these? And I cut them out in black and I put them on that and I was like, what? Love them.
They are so
Love
beautiful.
Them. Absolutely love them. And I think in any colour, black, white, any colour you want, they're classy, instant card, but they're great for your journaling. They just look beautiful. But like I say, sometimes it doesn't always look the best on the packets, but when you die cut them, the detail.
The detail is just...
Yeah, it's
and
absolutely
what I love
stunning.
about it is the way that we can colour them in. We can just then take our pencils that we were talking about before and then kind of bring in the colour in there as well.
You could use that as the pen work, or you can doodle or moodle in them, or you could use your pencils in them, or you could collage them.
I love the kind of organic circle shape as well.
I love that. I love this, that you can make your own bouquet. And you could even do a watercolour background and put these in the front and have it as a real beautiful picture. So these are clever. These I really like. How much are they?
They are £19 and 98 pence.
They're
so
well
that is
worth
the price. You're saving £7.
Wow.
Again, remember, if you are buying different elements, including the one-day special, you can add them to the basket and spread the cost by buying through Flexi. 474933 is your item number. Now we have the paper pack here as well. We have got, well, this is, you get 2 6x6 and 1 die cut kind of thing. Now, like I said, 106, 100 170 GSM. That's what it is. 36 sheets, 3 unique color. Oh, look.
Look at the colours.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got a bluer one and a pinker one. Oh.
Look at that, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? So you can see them here, and then you have got all those gorgeous skies. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful elements in there as well. The faces of the moon, gorgeous papers, over 300 pieces in total, because of course remember that this one will be the die cut. And then you have the other kind of collection here as well with the more purpley and pink tones. Absolutely gorgeous, £14.47 is your price. You're saving £3. 582 382 is your item number. Right, and then we have the 12 by 12. I'm gonna go and then the dream kind of. It's like, and then we have
I love you,
the 12.
Paola. You're lovely. I love you. You're great.
I know, I love you too.
It's just wonderful.
Now, of course, these ones are absolutely stunning, beautiful papers that we have got in here for you. You are getting 6 designs to of each, 12 in total, and they are double-sided. Beautiful purple letters. Love the kind of sky florals in there as
There's
well.
some beautiful colours, and as you go through the papers, you realise that once these are absolutely class, these, because you get those pictures are as an ATC, and if you use your dies, it cuts them out perfectly. And there's some words on one of them, and you're like, oh, banner
This
words.
one.
You've got everything that you
Love
need.
that one. If kisses were stars, I would give you the galaxy.
Exactly.
That is beautiful. Or moon and the stars, wish upon the stars. If even you miss the moon, you will land among the stars.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I think the
Kiss me
back-
under the light of 1,000 stars.
Look at all the banners at the bottom with the words.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds of them. I cut all them out because I didn't realise at first, but there's so many text messages in there. Great for journaling, great for cards.
Yeah, look,
look
at
at-
that. That's
Very
gorgeous.
celestial, which is the Moonflower range,
Oh, very celestial indeed. That's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Love those colours. Absolutely stunning. £9.99 is your price. You are saving £3. 851 144 is your item number. So if you want to go for this bundle, do make sure to add it to your baskets and check them out. Right, you will find them on the website, thecraftstore.com. There you will find everything in there, including the one-day special with those two different options. And remember, if you wanted to have all the brand new dies, you could go for an option, say the olive, and then add the star die set, which is the one that comes with the deep purple, and then that way you will have all the dies that are included in the one-day special. And then you can add, of course, the edges, the love and flowers, and the great adventures, and that way you have also the brand new dies there. What about the flowers and the papers? Oh, add them all and then flexify it. That's the beauty of here at the craft store, that allows you to spread the cost in interest-free payments. Right, saying that, Lou, are you ready to show us?
Absolutely. First of all, I got this. I love this colour. It's so classy. I was drawn to it because I know I can put some stuff on the front, but it's classy. I love it. I love the fact that this opens up and it doesn't make, these don't dint into it, which can damage this. So you get your poly pocket. I love that. So all the excess, so when I'm doing my little banners, these make absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
This is the waist, but this makes brilliant little banners. Or
Yeah, bunting for Christmas as well. Could
absolutely. So I've got some in there. So you can even, this is a journal page I did live the other day, but you can actually use some of these.
You can make it then bend.
Absolutely. So this is a journal page, and this was just cut out with the paper that you get in it. So I wanted to show you that, you know, I do use them. So I've been drawing, I've been doing this, but then I wanted to try the colours and the colours with it, and I thought, I'm going to do some proper journaling here. But you get this wonderful, I'll just put this behind so you can see, this wonderful cutout. So I just thought, oh, I'm going to do the whole lot of pages and cut the edges out with the dies, because I just thought rather than do one and then work on it, I'll just cut them all out. So I've left some,
Right.
and I just thought as I'm working through it, these sort of, you know, work with what I'm looking at. So here and again, so now we get to the pages. We've got some jaggedy edges, we've got like triangular cut, I can't remember the name.
Pink and sheer sort
Yeah,
of
like
thing.
pink and sheer edge.
Zigzag.
Zigzag, that's
Zigzag.
it. Then we've got like torn edge.
Yeah.
Which
I like a torn
I
edge.
do. And this isn't the same as the other one. This is wider, this zigzag. And then we've got a thinner
that's
one.
pretty, yeah.
But that's where all this has come from, if I can just show you the waist.
Indeed.
So, you know, regardless, this is great because if you do it thin enough, just damp down your card or paper, slightly damp it. I'll put it on here and show you. You can actually damp it while it's damp, position it, and you get some great sort of movement. Anyway, then the stars.
Yeah.
Great, and it's great for any time, that. And then these, Create Adventures. And this is the only one that you have to use really with that one because there's not really a pattern for that on its own. Although it could be clouds, you know, it's up to you. But then we've got the next one. I just thought I've got to do these. I've got to do these to show people how beautiful they are. And this is quite an ornate zigzag one. But this pattern is reflected in all the elements in the book. And then I went, there we go, me little crisscrosses. And don't forget that the stars from this, all the waist, works great to glue on. Because on that moon one there, I'm going to use some of the stars and the stars from the thing and use it as a stencil, but then glue these on round here. So don't waste them. Same as the zigzaggy one here, the stitching one. The little X's are great because you can make them look like faux stitching.
Faux stitching,
Yeah, you can actually stitch through that if you want. It looks great on black, but that's on the straight edge.
Yeah.
So the straight edge has got, obviously like that, but then the edge that comes with it.
Ah, I see, yeah. So you can choose whether you have got the matching edge or not.
That's what I'm going to say. You know, you're saying there's more to these dies than 9 or 10. There is, because you can use them with or without.
Very busy for those edge dies. The set of, I think in total, would be 19 dies in total. Now, you have got a freedom price for them as well. So an amazing £22 saving, £22 and 50 pence, which, sorry, that's the one day special. Apologies for that. Of course, the date is here, £10 and 50 pence saving, £39 and 98 pence is your price, and it has its own flexi-buy as well, so you can just go for those ones and spread the cost in interest-free payments.
And these edges are really long.
Yeah.
So you've got a full page edge, which is really...
Is it like 9 inches, 9.5
yeah,
inches?
they are. And I just wanted to... let me see now. Oh, wow, 9 inches. You bob on 9.5. Blooming heck, you're good.
My hand is very good.
Hey! So, right, now here, this is like the rick-rack, but it's got a little stitch in it that you can just go in with a this should have been sharpened, but you've got that you can stitch. But I just wanted to show you that a little bit of pencil work over the top, it brings all that up. And you can just see it there now. You can't really see it on the black, but then we go into this. Love this.
Oh, I love that.
And I did it quite low into that. Then this one, I was absolutely...
Oh, that's cool.
Now, I cut one side out, and I thought, what we're going to do with it? And I stuck a bit on the back, bit of brown on the back. And I thought, I'm going to... All the die cuts mix and match the colours, so I'll put the brown into that, and then the white on this. And then I used the cut out to make like a page for it. So that's actually stuck on. But just to show you how well they all work, and I've chosen browns and stuff, but it could be any colours with these. You don't just have to stick to the colours. You've got the spines, you can cut your own papers out. So what I want to show you is some of the dies we get. So the first one is we've got this big pocket. So I wanted to show you how to cut them out, because it's really important that you get to know how to use them, because you get them and you think, well, what do I do? How do I do this? So the first thing you do is you die cut this. I don't necessarily have to show you the die cutting, but just show you what you need to use. So I'm just going to let me get a piece of paper.
And the thing is, even if, like, one of the options of the one day special, I mean, you're getting the planner, the pages, you are getting pages already inside it, the poly pocket inside it. You are getting all those dies. I mean, it's a fabulous value for money. With, of course, if you're a Freedom Freedom member, you have got even further discount. So it actually, your first flexi, it's only £20 on, is it £20 and 24 pence. So that actually you are saving more than your, I mean, you should be paying a third flexi.
Absolutely.
So you are only having 2 flexis when you should have
3.
3, yeah, that's really good point. You do get these edges, and these are the smaller versions of the big ones. So if you only want to do small edges, now you
And
think...
will they match the size of the pocket
Yeah,
in there?
absolutely. So these are meant to go on here,
Yeah.
but I'll show you that in a minute. So what you do is you cut that one out and you end up with this.
And-
Now, I've just shown you on there.
Cut
It's
and
all
score.
all scored, yeah, and you just score it and it just folds. I would be honest with you, don't use card because it's quite tricky to fold thick card, but even the paper's just perfect.
Sometimes what I do with that sort of things is I cut with a card, and then because it will mark a little bit the scoring line, then go with a bond folder.
Yeah.
So that kind of, it's much easier to do that than actually do it your own
Absolutely.
measuring.
I've got not a Pokey 2, one of these.
Yeah, Pergamano score, yeah.
And I just go straight in there, and you don't have to, but it just
Yeah.
helps. So we've got this, and then you choose the end. So when you've die cut that out of your paper, this is your pocket. Now put 2 together, you've got another pocket, you've got an envelope, a
Okay,
tall
yeah.
envelope with a top flap. Now the flap comes over, and you might want that edge on it,
Yeah.
or you might want that edge, but all these match the edges, the tall ones,
Right.
all these. So you die cut that first, that comes out, and then lo and behold, you've got that. And what happens is you can then just,
like do a fold over.
yeah, or
Yeah.
it's entirely up to you, you don't have to, but you can then just get your bone folder and a ruler or a straight edge,
Yeah.
and just go straight down. I'm going to use this. It doesn't need a lot of pressure, but you can make the choice of where you want it. I'm just going to do there and just going to, that's all I need to do. And you don't need a lot of pressure, just enough so that it creases nicely. And you can have it either way. So if I'm doing the pages that way, that glues to the side and then that folds over.
Oh, I love that. That looks really cool.
It
with
does.
That edge.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to, I could go further and further and further. So this is the first pocket. And then along with that, you get the gussets. Now, these gussets are a very weird shape there because they sort of go fat and thin.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because they need to sit here properly and look really smart. So they fold in the middle. Now, as Paula said, it is actually miles better is just to go over these with a straight edge because it does make so much easier to just, and you can follow them quite easily. I would, if you're not sort of confident doing that, just use a ruler. And then I always fold both ways. And then that way I know, pay attention down here though, because this is the bit that you don't want it to look messy. So you fold those in. This is the sides. You need to cut 2 of these.
Yeah, one
You
for
only
each
get
side.
1 die, yeah, but you cut it twice. So just going to fold that in. And then the fold in the middle, I fold both ways. And there's a reason for this, is because you're breaking the structures in the paper. It makes it a lot easier to fold and to use. So now you can do it that way, fold in or fold out. So what happens then is that attaches there,
Yeah.
just on that edge there. The top attaches, or you fold in,
And then it has that depth of it.
and then it folds that, it
I
releases
have a
that way.
question. I'm sure
Yeah.
that with this die, then it means that you can create a pocket basically of any shape, including the hearts.
Yeah.
As long as you trim that.
Absolutely.
So the heart would have this side, so this height.
Perfect. That is exactly, that's the point. You've got so many options now, and it goes all the way down. Just to show you, that point actually fits all the way down to that. So it fits in there, and then the option now is if I wanted to put that on my paper, top to bottom, it's perfect. All I do is glue this and attach it to that. Because then it's attached to my paper. And you can fold it over. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. So that's the gusset that happens there. But what you've got to go on with it is you've got the heart dies.
Yeah.
So this is just...
I love the primitive shape sort of.
I
you
do.
know.
I do. I love them that they're not, perfectly round. And,
Yeah.
and there's the other gusset.
more
So I will
hearts.
build them in a bit. And then you get all the triangles. Now, you can cut them any colour. You don't have to have them there. You can have them like this.
And I suppose with the gusset dye, you could create like pockets as well.
You can put two together and you
Yeah.
can make a quantity, a
that's
proper,
cool.
you know, a real sort of
Yeah.
big version of it. So I'm just going to show you what it could look like. You've got the little banners, and I like the fact that you turn it over, it's got the contrast colour. So I've got these that fit on the side here, or I've got the ones that go to the other side. So these here could be any colour, they could be light colours, anything, but what you have got then is you've got these cards that if you wanted to, you've got a ready-made, there we go, this one. So what I could do now is just trim that down. I could just maybe cut that and decoupage it, and then when the card would be in there. So you build it up. That's one. I want to show you that one quickly. I'll show you the next one. Same thing again. On this paper, we have the small ones. I'll just show you the two. And the two fit on the paper like either that one there and that one there, or vice versa. And they sit exactly the same. They sort of fold in. And here I have just folded, sorry, not folded. I've got the zigzag edge on that one and the rounded edge on that one. And these, I think Karen's done one there, and these just sit as a pocket like that. But the pictures on the back, you haven't got a bad or a good side. They're all brilliant. So what I am going to do now is quickly put one together so that we can see. So I'm looking at the side of paper and I'm thinking, right, okay, I've got some brown. I've got two zigzags. I'll use this one because this one reflects that.
Right, yeah.
So the first thing is, I'm just going to refold that. I've got my ink pads ready if I need them. I'm just going to take this out while I work on it.
It's easier, isn't it?
Oh,
when
miles
it's-
easier.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you can do that because when you've got a fixed journal, it's quite hard to work in it because you're hitting the binding, the spine all the time. So here I'm looking at that. I want it just like that. So all I'm going to do is just fit because it's on here. Like you say, take your time. There's no race. No race.
Absolutely no.
You just
Take it.
yeah, just take your time, and you don't need a lot of glue. What I found that I tend to do too much glue, and it spoils it sometimes. Oh, wrong way, that way. Sorry. You can point them that way.
Yeah.
There's no rule, but I tend to point them.
Yeah,
in.
that kind of, I think it's
Yeah.
so
It looks better, and
Yeah.
keep the point right the way down there. Bend it over, and just push it to the edge so you know it's nice and neat. It's not fiddly. It's just once you've done one, you'll be happy because you'll be able to do more. Just make sure that it grabs and makes it nice and neat, and then get the other one. Now, you can do as many of these if you want. You could add 2 or 3 together, so I could keep adding them and make a
and do
really
like
big one.
like all year round. You know, you could do
Absolutely.
like 12. And,
The only problem with this is, when I'm looking at these papers, I'm thinking, oh, I shouldn't have used that page. I should have used that page because the papers are so beautiful. But just use your papers. If you've got, say you've got some like plain papers that are lightweight, this would probably be best for this gusset because it's on the inside, you're not going to see it, but use the papers because that's what they're there for. Just flicking that down to put my nail in. If I don't, it won't look as neat. So there we've got that one. And I'm just going to do the same there. You can either put, like I say, the glue, make another pocket that fits this to go on the other side, or you can glue it to the actual page in your diary. So there we go. There. So if you just put it on the edge, and this is the new glue, it's actually really quite a strong glue. So once it gets a hold, it really does hold for you. Give it a little bit of warmth, because the warm activates.
is that an end of cold offer, I think, when you go to check out your
I hope
basket?
so. It's really good glue.
Yeah.
So, right, we've got that now. The die at the front that I've cut that with now can go forward like that. And if you've got anything poking out, you shouldn't. I'm gone a little bit tiny there. You can see it a little bit. Now, that's my fault. It's not the die. So,
Yeah,
right, happy with
the
that.
glue, by the way, is end of cold offer. So when you go to check out your baskets, it says, how about this? And you can add it to your baskets without adding any pay. So how about
brilliant. It is good. It's a good tack glue. So don't be tempted to put the glue anywhere else but there, because what we want to do is make sure that these gussets sit in. We don't want them poking out. So I'm going to get my page, a little bit on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
I just like the way it's all done for you. I don't have to mess
is,
about.
yeah.
You know, I would sit for hours. I know you're a bit of a paper and engineering as well.
I look.
We'd
yeah,
sit
I
for
love a
hours
lot of,
fiddling this about, but you don't need to. It's all
concertinas
done.
And folds
Now-
and flaps and things like that.
What I've done is, I've cut my page a bit too small, but it doesn't matter. So fold that in, give that a quick rub, turn that over, and we've got our wonderful pocket. Now, you can use stitching, staples or anything, and it just sticks a bit more glue with it. Come on.
Yeah. Well, if it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong on live TV.
Of course it is.
That's the law.
Of course it is. Well,
That's the law.
me. But, yeah, use the glue that you're happy with, and just...
Would you, for somebody who is more used to red liner tape,
Oh, yeah, use that.
use
I've
a
got
little
it
bit of
here.
red liner.
Yeah, absolutely. Use
I mean,
that.
personally, I prefer wet glue because I think that is a stronger bond long term.
But on telly, it always
But
looks
on
better
telly,
with red liner, yeah.
Well,
Always.
sometimes it's just like you never know. I mean,
No, I know.
I remember doing preppings for something and testing all the glues and so this one is the one that one works the best. Come to Life on Air, and that glue would not stick Life on Air. It was just like, okay, well, it's one of those.
Well, it's true, isn't it? If it's going to go wrong, it'll go wrong there. Right, so what I've got is, I've got one collar. I'm not paying particular attention to this. I just want to build the whole thing up. I want to get that there so I can start working on it. And then you can sort of do this. You can do that if you want. Or you can just have one or two. You don't need to put them all on. You can just have one or two. So I've got that there. Now, I've done it the wrong way, as always, so I'll just chop that down. I meant to put them the other way, so you wouldn't necessarily do that. And then I'm just layering these two up. I'm going to put that inside. So now I've got this. This is more of a, how can we say, more of an embellishment than a pocket at the moment. So then what we've got all these other things here, the hearts, there we go. So I've got the hearts. I really like these, and I think...
I really do too.
I like the way, sometimes I look at it that way. They're supposed to go like that,
Yeah.
but I'm not too sure. I sometimes quite like them when
I
they're
like them like that. They have
offset.
got like a random look
Yeah,
to
and I thought about them. I thought, yeah, I quite like the fact that they're not all set down in the right spot, or they look different. I like that.
Yeah,
So
they do.
set them on there. Just poke them inside there, so they've got like that. And then I've got the little tags that come down. Now, what you can do is fit these in from here.
The
They can go from the
banners,
top.
yeah.
So maybe here.
Yeah.
Stick that there, and there is a bigger one and a smaller one, and I'm only going to attach it there. And you can see what I've done is I've put the darker colour, I've changed the colours over because of the light on the back of the paper and the dark on the top. So I think, and there is another one, but I chopped it off by mistake. And I quite like the idea of having different sizes so that you don't have to have it all one length, but it does fit on that. So there, and I'm going to choose these. So I'm going to have a look for now, these are great because if you cut them on the guillotine
Oh, yeah.
straight, you don't need anything else. So quite like
Where's
that there. I'm
that?
going to use my pen on it in a minute and then just show you how.
You're a star.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's cool. So it's a really simple pocket, done really simply with all the bits and bobs that I've got. But now I'm going to use the die cut. This is from the little edges that you get. And all I'm going to do is just going to go round here with a turquoise colour just to blend it in.
Oh, nice.
I like, you could do either. What you could do is if you wanted to do this prior, so you could do the background paper first and then build up. But it's entirely up to you. I quite like doing it like this, and then I don't feel like pressured. I just feel like I can do
And you
it.
like that sort of kind of randomness,
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of, you know,
It's
free spirit.
Yeah,
kind
of course
kind
it is.
comes to crafting.
There's a time. I think there's always a time and a place. Certain people don't appreciate working random, and other people do. It's entirely your choice.
I think it's very empowering to be able to do random, because if you're a beginner, it's a lot more. It gives you confidence that if things don't go specifically as you wanted them, still they are good and beautiful.
I think this is a really good point, and when you show people that actually, even if it goes wrong, there's no wrong, because it still looks brilliant. You know, make it your own, and add a bit of colour that you wouldn't normally do, and you think, wow, I actually really like that. Now, what you can do is, you can actually sort of, it's not going to work with this, but you can just stencil, use your die cut and stencil sort of like over the top, so that you've got another line there.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to, just going to bring the
Really
die
like
cut
this.
there, and just bring that.
Yeah.
So I've got lots of lines happening. I could use the other dies and then put them on there. You know, just I think just looking at how the spaces work really does help. So we've got that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to think, right, okay, so I've got a white pen or a pencil, and this is where it starts to get really exciting, because you can start to doodle on the top. So I'm using a white pencil, and I'm just going to go all around it. Now, you don't have to do it like this, but I'm just thinking, if people have got pens, Sakura pens, Jelly Rolls, or anything like that, what they can do is start to use them. Start to get your pencils or your colouring, all the colouring products you've got, and just get them out and use them. And you'll be surprised how empowering it is, because you're making it your own now.
Absolutely, and you're making it also. You don't have to use pencils.
No,
if you don't want to.
not at all.
You can just use the dies if you wanted. But
Absolutely.
you can bring everything together, and I love that.
It's really, like you say, it's very empowering, because at the end of the day, we've all got the same products, but it's what you do with them that changes it. So then what we can do is, and this is a very, very simple pocket. I mean, you've got some that Karen have done. Come on, Withers, why can't I open this? And this is a little pocket of gems. Now, what I wanted to show you is, you might have colours and things, but I'm sure we've all got these somewhere in our stash. And just by adding the little bit of glue, I'm now a bit more, not putting enough on. I either put too much or not enough. Just by adding these little pearls, or even stitching, you can now dramatically change this, make it very unique. And I just really like the idea of being able to do this. I wouldn't normally, you know, I wouldn't think, oh, I could do that. But now, there we go, that one and that one. So build up your patterns.
That flower kind of went for a wonder.
Yeah, and you know, looking at that now, it's a really simple one. Go back. It's a really simple, elegant sort of dyed. Oh, right.
Oh, just like...
There we go. But I'll just show you there. Can you see how it actually sits there?
Yeah.
You've got that nice pocket that sits.
So you can
flush
put
to
a
your
lot
paper.
of stuff in there.
Absolutely. And it's quite big, you know, when you think it's got quite a wide pocket on that. And depending, if you use red line tape, you'll be able to get a lot in there. If you want to, you could, can't do it with that now, you can actually close that over.
Yeah, you could do
Make
that.
it look like
So
more like a lid on
close
it. So
yeah.
you've got options, and you know, and if you continue, you could do this twice and make it fold that way and then under that way. If you wanted to add anything else to it,
And
like,
I suppose you can make it also shorter, the pocket, but if you know, as long as you cut the oh, look at that, those
I know. Right, well, this
need
is
to put it
where
there, yeah.
we've got to do this.
Well, can we come back to you?
Absolutely.
Because that would be
I'll be there in
perfect.
a
Thank
minute.
you so much, Lou, for that gorgeous demonstration. Very, very busy for the one-day special. Both options very busy. Actually, purple being on the lid, but very close behind you, Olive. Now, in here, if you go for both sets, you wouldn't have any repeats of dies. The only thing that you would have is two planners, both in different colors, and with the pages to go in, which are the same colors. However, the dies themselves are completely different. This is a different size that you may have seen. It has got that kind of a slim line finish in terms of it. It has got 3 sets of triple, holes in here, and then the ring binder opens like classically in there, and then we close them down. It has got the a pocket in here, and it comes with the pages already with that mixed media cards that we know and love from a Studio Light. 10 sheets inside it. Then it comes with elastic band. Now, I like that it comes off because sometimes you just want to work with it, or you want to kind of dye it, or you want to stamp on it, and that comes off, allows you to do that. Then it comes with its own different set of dies. This one is the star one. The one comes with the deep purple, with those gorgeous stars, the banners as well, with the foldable element in here as well, so you can create maybe like a tab like this one. And I love all those elements because it means that you can mix and match. You have the shorter of the pockets you can see in here, so you can add several ones of them and create a multi-pocketed page in here as well. And then you have the larger pocket there. You have the edges as well, so you can change them as you wish. And then you have got, I believe it's, you are getting 10 of each of the 12. I'm going to give you the measurements because they are 23.5 centimeters by 12.5 centimeters in width. So it's about, I think it's about 8 inches by 8.5 inches by 12 by about 4 inches, 4.5 inches. I'm not sure. I'm not going to give you exactly the measurement in inches, but then you have the olive option, which has the heart, beautiful hearts, the kind of primitive style with those triangles, and then you have the gusset over there as well, if you wanted to, and the larger, tall, thin pocket there. So all that to remember, 2 different options, £22 and £50 saving if you are a Freedom member. If not, you have got an £18 saving. If you Flexify it, well, basically you're just paying £20 and 24 pence today. That is the delivery cost, and you pay the same amount next January. You should be paying one in March, but you in February, but you are not, because that's the saving of £22 and 50 pence. It's actually bigger than one of the flexes, isn't it? 761891 is your item number. And very, very busy for these ones, and I'm not surprised. As soon as I saw it, it's like, oh, they are cool. Now, if you like this new planner size, and if you're thinking, well, I'm going to go for the one-day special, but I want to be able to just grab my pattern paper, the graphic 45s that I have, and make pages out of them, this is the one to go for, because you are getting the perforation die in here. You're getting one in each set, so that's brilliant because you can do 2 pages at once that way, because obviously that you can put 2 at the same time when you're feeding them through the die cutting machine. And then you have in as well the beautiful Love Days and the Create Adventures. You have got the zigzag, the larger, the rick-rack kind of element, the torn pages as well. You have then the reinforces, the stars in one of them, and in the other one you have got the flowers, and then you have the beautiful stars there. And the other set that you are getting, you are not choosing, you are getting both of them, is the beautiful kind of edges in here with separate dies, so you can have a straight die or edge, or the beautiful matching edge as well. Then you have the other elements as well. If you want your £10 and 50 pence, that is your saving. And if you Flexify it, just pay £19 and 99 pence, or one-off payment of £39 and 98 pence. Time to check out your basket. 950002 is your item number. And then those beautiful florals that, you know, Lua kind of hinted at, they are here. They are absolutely gorgeous, brand new today, saving £7 for them. And if you want them, do check out your baskets. £19 and 98 pence gives you this set of amazing florals. I love them. 14 dies in total. So many coloring options in here. Beautiful for cards, beautiful for the, you know, maybe mixed media projects in the pages, in the journals, or in the planners. 474-933 is your item number. £7 saving there. Back to you, Lou.
Oh, yeah, right. Some of the dies, you could use the dies in the pages, the ATC sizes, which are perfect, as stencils. So I'm just going to show you a really quick page. I love this crisscross. I love it because I think you could put
cross stitch, isn't
cross stitch. Absolutely, you could put stitching, you could bead, put threads or anything through that. So I've got the 2, and I'm quite liking this. So I'm going to go for that one. Now, normally, what I would do at home, or if you're at home, well, you will be, but if, you know, at home, take your time. Maybe glue this down with a little bit of soft masking tape. You don't need a lot. You just need to keep it where it is. Don't be don't use the heavy stuff because it might rip the paper. And if you have got, the Clarity one is brilliant because that really doesn't pull. So I'm just going to attach it.
Yeah.
I'll do it that way actually. So die cut side down, and this is just to hold it. It's not
Right,
to
yeah.
hold, it's for me to hold it. So just going to put that there. You can centre it a bit more. There we go, that's about right. So I quite like the idea of having it higher up.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get, the first arbor is I'm going to use a speckled egg.
Right.
So just going to put this here. So I'm using this very much like a stencil. So you could, in essence, die cut a page out and put this on a, you know, as a die cut page. But I want to show you how nice these work. So just moving that down a little bit. Now, I don't want a really smooth finish. I want quite a sort of rustic look. I don't want it too heavy. I'm going to go in now with the Peacock Feathers. One of my favourite colours, this. This is just amazing, and it worked with some of the blue ones we've got again. So again, just going to blend this in a little bit more. I'm not too worried about it blending because I just want the shape. So now what I'm going to do, keep that on there, move it away, and I can start to sort of blend this in. I'm going to make it a little bit darker in areas, but I like having the same size shapes. So I know if the dies are in, you know, the dies, the pages, everything fits, it's the same size. So I'm just going to put that on a little bit more there. And this is a really simple one just to show people how easy it is to make really quite stunning little journal pages. So I've gone quite heavy. I've got this here. Clean it up a little bit, and then I'm going to go back in with the speckled egg.
And that creates, and it's good to use the dies in a creative way, completely different.
Absolutely, because we tend to use them just as a die. You could cut that out if you wanted to, but it's great to just do that. Leave that a little minute just to settle. Then what you can do is get a pen or anything, you know, drawing pen. And if you sort of put that back on and draw around the edge,
right,
you're going to get the edge. So it's going to be a frame around the edge. It doesn't matter if, again, if it moves too much because it is quite rustic. But then we're going to get the die cut. I have moved this, but you get the idea. And if you do a couple of lines, it's better because it looks like you've done wiggly lines instead. So I've got that. So now I'm just going to do...
a kind of a random...
It's quite similar to some of my dies. I've put that there. I'm just going to put in a little bit of pattern. Not too much. I don't...
This showcases how good the One Day Special is.
Absolutely.
Because this is perfect pages that are not too big, they're not scary. We can doodle in it. And look at that.
So I could put that in it. Or, if I wish, I could go in and I could do it black and a white. So I could do the white in there, but I could actually colour that any colour I want. Or let's go with this one.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
So I've got the die cut, which is so simple to use. I've got this. I don't want it, these are the little dots. I don't want it stuck down. What I would suggest you do is just allow the middle to come up a little bit and just glue the edges down like that. And then I'm just going to glue a tiny bit of it. I don't want it all. I think, to me, I've found the best bit is to glue the middle bit. Just have that
anchoring it
where you want, and then take anything. I think it was, which one? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? I'll use this one. I think they're all good. Just going to chop this down a little bit.
What does it say?
Wish upon the stars.
Oh, that's a nice one.
So just going to put this down here, and then give that a second, and then go around it. Now that is it's a bit more than 2 minutes. A 2 minute.
They are such a lovely sayings. You are a sky full of stars. Isn't it? I like that. Create magic. And then it's
Here I've just drawn in it, and I've made that totally a really lovely little journal page that now I would write in, or I could use, you know, some of the beautiful book. Where's the book gone? Where's the my book? Come on with us. Where's my book? I have, you know, the book that you get?
Yes,
Here it is.
see it, there you go.
So what we could do is look for some, because I've even got the words here as well.
Oh, I
Don't
love
forget.
the pages.
And I'm quite, I like some of these, and I just think, you see, see what I mean? You choose, right?
Oh, I love the...
Now, I quite like these. Now, you've got 2 pages of them all, so just don't do what I'm doing and just take your time. You don't need to rush. But if you've got your coloured pencils
we
again...
have got time. You don't have to rush.
No. So, what if you've got this here and you might want it, you might want to colour it in a little bit more. All you do is you get the colours that you were using and just colour the edge. And I'll tell you why, because it makes it all fit together. It doesn't look as bright. The white edge can sometimes make it stand out. I don't want it to, so now I'll show you. It's blended in much better now. It doesn't look as bright, but I quite like that, so I'm going to chop that in half, and then I'm just going to put the glue there. And this is a tiny journal page made with one of the die cuts, one saying, and a tiny bit of work, and I quite like the idea of it just being really simple. A tiny bit just to cover that up because it looks a mess of the edge. You could put that there to cover up anything that you wanted, but I think you get the idea. I think I'm just going to do this to hide it. So
They're so pretty, these
there
die
we
cuts.
go. Now, you know, if you wanted to, you put little gems on here. So that's using the stuff we've got without using, you know, the dies themselves as a die. You've got that, and you can use them all the same way. If you think that you've got these, you could actually use these as a stencil as well, and do your page as a stencil.
Yeah.
So, and the stars are a good one to do, because what you can do is you've got all these different size stars, so you can use them as a great stencil.
You could, that would look really, and especially as
Absolutely.
you have put the stars hanging from there, so then you can create that kind of element.
You
of
do, and
linking
the
it.
writing, don't forget. If you just want the writing, you could use the writing and just have the writing. You don't need to have it on the edge. So, you know, there's all the elements that we think, oh, well, what do you do with that? You actually do whatever you want. The tabs that come with the second one, the two pocket one, these are great tabs for just fitting on the edge of your work pages. So these work on the edges of your pages. These tags work on the edge of your pages. Let me show you these little banners.
Oh, I see.
These banners that go, I love the way they colour, great like that. Perhaps not on there, but they look great for just attaching here. So even though they're part of those one-day specials, they'll work with these. This is my favourite, I've got to say, my favourite size. I thought it was square, but I've just been drawn to this because I think, wow, I just love it. I just absolutely love it. I just think there's something really quite classy about.
It's the tall and thin. It's very
It
kind of
is.
stylized, and there is kind of a nice way for the eye to travel, because then you kind of start at the very top and you kind
Absolutely.
of travel down, and you have got that gentle.
I like the way you can just make it whatever you want. You know, you don't have to worry too much about making everything look really neat and tidy, because if I show you my pages here, these aren't neat and tidy. These are just like little sayings. I haven't, and all my drawings and writing, it's not. It's journaling and doodling, and it's not neat. But when you do the whole thing together, overall it looks pleasing.
It does.
It's not, you know, your eye doesn't go to one place. It goes all over it. And that's because, again, here, pencil work. You could do anything you wanted with these. And when I show you this one again, I need to blend this out here with a little bit more of the speckled egg, and just to bring the whole thing together.
Absolutely.
But you get the idea. I hope that sort of made people think that they could use these in different ways, because your dies, you don't just have to die cut with them.
Absolutely, and this is the beautiful thing about it, that you have got so many possibilities by mixing
Absolutely.
and matching. And of course, those are some of the dyes that we are featuring during this hour. Remember that, well, I mean, I would wonder, I mean, we're not going to calculate it right now, but if you put the one-day special, then remember, you can buy the dye. So for instance, if you want a deep purple, you know, the one-day special, that has got a Freedom member price, which is £40 and 47 pence. Then you can get the hard dye. So, okay, so if you were getting the one-day special plus that one dye, it would be £67 and 96 pence. And then, of course, you're going to split the cost because the one-day special has the FlexiBuy. So you could just pay half of it. And as a Freedom member, you don't pay P&P. So imagine that. Then you have all the different dyes in the one-day special. If you want the edges, by all means, you can add them up as well. And, of course, then you add in those ones up. Then you can split the cost as well, and the same goes with the flowers and the papers. You can create basically your own have it all collection. Now, Lou, we have got about a minute and a half.
Well,
is there something else you would like to show us?
I'm just going to show you how you can mount up these. Now, the pages can work this way or that way, but just to show you how pretty they look, I'm just going to bend them back. Now, I've done two, so you could have one there and one there. You don't have to bend them down. You can just have that wherever you want, but these are perfect ATC sizes. They just fit in your pocket there or at the top, but that is as hard as it gets. And I just think so many possibilities. You could stitch through them, you could do anything you want, you could just staple them, you could put some of your little gems on. I mean, if I was to just put this on here now, that's quite classy.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
You know, to black paper with that, or if I was to put the roses on. I mean, I know I've not done this because we've only got a minute, but even the like, these remind me of Macintosh.
Oh, yes, the
So,
roses, yeah.
Yeah, and the white, although it doesn't stand out as much, it does on
look
that.
at that onto black.
Or even
Looks
on
amazing.
the purple.
And paper piecing, I would even attempt a little bit of paper piecing. Not
Absolutely.
everything, but just a few
No, I think you're
petals.
totally right there. I mean, paper piecing on this, and you can just build it up because you've got the leaves as well. So if I wanted to build that up and add some more leaves, you've got the choice.
We have got seconds to go.
Well, I
Leo.
just think this on its so anything, the beautiful, and these are so handy. I love them.
Thank you so much, Lou.
Thank
You
you,
will be
love
here
them.
tomorrow at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
12 and 4, of course. But thank you so much, Lou.
I love
Do
it,
check
working
out
with you.
your baskets, though, whether it's the one-day special, whether it's the dyes. You don't want to miss out, so do check out your baskets. But stay tuned here at the craft store because we have got Rosella next with beautiful sewing.